Welcome back to the continuing saga of Game 4 development. I'm going to play this mission and hopefully demonstrate some of the additions and alterations that I've made to the game. First up, you'll see land, and you're going to see a headquarters ship that is new to the game. It's an initial starting ship. It has its own built-in power generators, and I've used it to acquire an energy generation area on the land. I've picked that up, and then I've moved north to pick up these energy pods. They provide a stockpile of energy that can be very useful when you're running behind, and certainly in the early game, and that stockpile is shown up top here in brackets. So I'm using energy faster than I'm producing it right now, so it's taking that stockpile down. Pause the game here for a moment and describe what's going on with the particles and the land. You'll notice that these particles are colliding with the land, and when they do, they cause this red area to appear. I call that area bog, B-O-G, and particles create it when they collide with land. The way it spreads is when a particle hits a piece of land, it finds the nearest unoccupied cell of land, the nearest unbogged land, and expands into that. So that's why it's expanding from the rightmost edge, or the hot areas, the areas where particles tend to hit the land. So if we unpause here, you can see as particles hit, they disappear, but the bogged land expands. Bog is deadly to your land units, so you can't park land structures and units on bogged land. They'll either be instantly destroyed or take damage very rapidly. So I'm going to be aggressive on this mission. I'm going to move forward, and I'm going to try to secure a forward island here before the bog manages to cover up this land energy source. Now I'm pausing, and I'll frequently do that because of difficulty talking and playing at the same time. But so I pause a lot. So sorry for that. Anyway. Good news is you can bog your own land. The bog unit. You build it, and it will create an expanding bog area that can cover the land in your color, in this case, in the player's case, blue. Okay, so I need to also build another structure, a lathe, because I want all these wonderful resources up here. I want to go get them, but I can't get a ship inland, so I need a land unit that can go acquire these inland resources. And let's move headquarters ship here. His lathe can reach this energy mine. All right, looking pretty good. We've got a forward position established now. And I'm going to build a bog up here. And even a couple phalanx units. Phalanx units are land cannons. They carry the same weapon that you see on a lot of ships, but they're land-based. And I'm also going to go ahead and queue up a harvester to be built on a few of these islands. I'll explain that in just a moment once they're built. So a few particles are colliding and managing to bog this land down, and not good. So when this bog comes online, he will start producing his own. Of course, it takes energy to do that. And I'm running desperately low on energy, so I need to get my land phalanx set up here to acquire these energy production zones and these energy pods. They'll give me the energy I need to operate. You can see these phalanxes, these land phalanxes are operating. They are removing the bog from the land. Of course, there's a mass of particles over here that there's no way they could keep up with that production of particles, so right now I'm sort of operating on borrowed time as these islands start to bog down. Particles are destroyed, but when the islands are completely covered, the particles bounce off the islands. Let's take a quick look up here. Okay, our land lathe built an energy mine, and now he is collecting these energy pods. Wow, look at that. That energy pod just instantly got consumed. I'm starving for energy so much. Okay, this island over here got completely bogged down. Now particles bounce off of it. Some are still being consumed to replace this leading edge here. I'm shooting at it, so it's removing some of the bog, but other particles are replacing it. That's why you'll see a few particles disappear, but for the most part, particles are starting to move around the island now, which is going to put increasing pressure in this zone right here. So I may need additional defenses in this area. And I know I will need another bog up here. And I'll need one up here. Note that the land units can move, as you saw that I did with the with this land lathe. And for bog units, it spreads outward from the location of the bog. Now, the other purpose of bogging land isn't just to provide a defensive area for your units. It's the amount of bogged land that you have on a map. It increases your overall energy production efficiency. So I've taken 11.5% of the total land on the map. That is causing my energy rate to go up, even though I have a fixed number of energy production facilities. So you get an energy production bonus the more land that you manage to bog. So that's why I am interested in covering the land in blue and interested in removing the red. Okay, and there's an energy mine up here I didn't get, and another pod. I'll definitely want to grab those. Now, these harvester units I built, they are now operational, and these little drones are coming out of the harvesters, and they are strip mining the land. They are tearing down the land, and they do it from the highest down to the lowest. What they're doing is they're collecting technological remnants that are buried in this land, and those technological remnants, as indicated here, can be used for all of the upgrades that are going to be added to the game, and these are some of the upgrades currently being played with. So I can make things better for myself if I strip mine the land, and who cares if it creates an ecological disaster. We need those resources. So this land has been completely bogged. This bog unit no longer consumes energy. But if particles happen to collide with the land, then he will, of course, consume energy to replace it with a new bog. So this island's in a pretty secure position because there's just stray particles floating around through space. And like in this case, when they hit, it instantly gets replaced. And you saw an energy packet flow to the bog so that it could restore that. So there's a lot of land up here, a lot. And I like some upgrades, so I'm going to build more harvesters to tear down this land, and I'm going to try to advance on a forward position. I'm going to take the fight to the enemy. Now, this map's not particularly difficult. It's set up to be a sort of a safe haven for the player. That's okay. I like maps like that. It's an intermediate, easy to intermediate skill map. Nothing wrong with those. You can still lose, or you can still have difficulty. But once you get used to the game and the general strategies, it's not too tough. All right. What I'm doing now is I'm going up here to collect this this new ship type. It's a relay ship, and I'm going to need it. I need all the ships I can get in this mission. That relay will allow me to extend my resupply range. So I will build it. I'm going to build it down here. Because see, what I want to do is I want to take this southern island. It's got an energy production zone on it. And if I can take that, I can establish a resupply area and then advance my ships forward to take out the emitters. If I try to take this northern island first, then I acquire the land, but I don't acquire an energy production facility. Either strategy can be made to work, but I think the southern strategy is the better one. All right, I'm also going to try to do a little sneaky maneuver here. I've try to pick up this this destroyer ship build slot, so I can build at least another destroyer. I'm going to try to sneak over here and pick up this this wolf. And I know that I'm going to need a few bogs, because I'm going to launch an amphibious assault on this island, and I'm going to want to drop in some bogs to help secure a beachhead. Let's back up the lathes into, well, actually I don't need to do that. I forgot. There, see, they're resupplied from this relay. Hover your mouse over that and see who that relay feeds. So let's try to sneak in here and grab ourselves a wolf. Ooh, taking some serious damage. I'm going to use the land as a way to back up and shield my retreat. Your ship's weapons and modules are useless when the ship is transiting land. So you can't park on the land and snipe things, but you can, in some situations, back up over the land. Now, there may be things added to the game that will make that difficult, as in enemy structures on the land that can fire at your ships, and if your ships are over the land, your ships won't be able to fire back. But in sometimes, and certainly in this situation, I can use the land as a way to do a quick grab without perturbing the hornet nest too much over here. There's a few particles have decided to come home here and make trouble. That's okay. My small fleet's taking care of it. Now what I'd like to do is redeploy some ships and just outright build some ships, because I'd like them to start to bombard this island. I want to soften it up. I want to clear out some of these particles on the right side, and then I want to send in some bog units and try to establish a beachhead, and then advance forward to take this energy collection zone, establish a new forward post by doing that. Might not hurt to have a few phalanx units. Let's see how mining operations are going. Bogging has proceeded well. We've got all this land bogged. This guy is still expanding out. I probably should maybe just move another bog unit up there so that we'll take this northern land first, and when it's done I'll move this unit back down here so he can replace any stray particles that manage to make their way through. Oh, and of course, let's pause the game. I have collected almost 4,500 remnant, so I can buy some really good stuff now. Well, for starters, let's increase our remnant collection speed, and yeah, I can afford both a weapon range and a fire rate upgrade, and these are very cheap, so let's go ahead and pick up a construction speed. Be a little careful with the upgrades, because it can cause energy issues if you're not careful. Okay. And it looks like we are softening the southern tip of this island a little bit. A lot of particles are hitting up here in this area, so they are tending to replace damaged bog up here. So the southern area of the island looks like it might be softening up. Let's do this. Let's multi-select those guys, and just to show you, I'll do a waypoint. Let's move them all here, and then have them move here, and then let's position them. So actually, let's leave one in space. They can park in space. They can't, of course, do anything while they're in space other than easily get destroyed by particles, but they can park offshore and wait. I'm going to bring a couple of these phalanxes in as well. Okay, he's good. This guy's taking damage. Okay, yeah, he's fine. Made it. I'm going to move the other bog in. Be careful with these phalanxes. This guy is in. Okay, okay. Alright, he's fine. The bog and the weapon fire from the phalanxes help push back the enemy coverage. I'm going to leave these bogs on the southern tip of the island because they will advance the front from their current position. And instead of building another phalanx or another lathe, let's just reuse him. We'll get there about time to be used anyway. Let's move him off that higher land there so that his drone can tear down the pedestal he was sitting on. Looks like we've bogged all this land, so I'll move him back to that position. And our assault looks like it's been fairly successful. And just to demonstrate this, let's buy an energy mine defense. Buy 2 levels of it. That adds a built-in gun to any energy mine. They all get a gun now. One's in space or one's on land, so that'll come in a little bit handy for this guy once he's built. Not that it matters too much because I'm in a pretty secure position here. I'm going to move my phalanx cannons forward. Once he's built, he will be the resupply area for nearby units. Looking pretty good. He's got his built-in cannon. He can take out stray shots or stray particles. We're in a pretty good position to advance forward. Onward to take out this emitter, and then to take out this emitter, or vice versa. Then there's an emitter here, and then there is the enemy headquarters over here, where there's some nastiness going on in here, and it doesn't look like I can reach it directly with ships, but I bet I can soften the surrounding land. So I'll play just a few more minutes here. Let's see what happens if we try this. I'll actually build out a few phalanxes up here. And I'm going to pull 2 of these bog units up. I'm going to leave the other one here. A nice, secure location. Let's move the lathe here and pick up this cruiser. So I'm going to try a sneak attack. Instead of confronting these particles in space with the fleet, I'm going to sneak around via the land because there's no enemy defenses on the land to stop me from doing that, other than the enemy bog, which I think I can overwhelm. But I have to be a little bit tricky. It's going to be a little tricky. This is outside the energy resupply range, but I'm going to redeploy the relay so I can bring units forward. And let's do a smart move here so that we stay well away from any enemy particles. In fact, I can go ahead and I think just move him forward. I think our firepower, our production, energy production rate, our economy, I mean just what we've brought to bear has managed to overwhelm the enemy. We're going to take this guy out from land, and then we're going to manage to bog all of this land, which is going to get our energy production rate even higher, which means we're only going to have a few space-based enemies to deal with, and then the headquarters area over here. Now it'll be a stretch for our supply lines. We only have one relay. We don't have any other way of getting energy at a distance. So we'll have to think about that. But strategy I like to employ when I've played this particular test mission is the southern route here, because this is very near a resupply range. And this guy is difficult, and this guy is a little more difficult, but the order to approach them I think makes a little difference. So there you have it for this this preview. I'll let you think about how you might finish this mission on your own. Lots of changes, lots of additions, but overall, continued progress. Thanks for watching.